one who think he or she is leading and has no one following him or her is only taking a walk. My special way to welcome you to the corner right here with your boy G-willzy. Of course, you know the corner is where we react to a whole lot of issues, more especially things happening on social media. And now there's been a whole lot of things going on in town. Of course, people are reacting to this particular topic. It's been a thing of a concern for a whole lot of people right now. First, it was Faz the bad guy who actually brought it up. Of course, he said he detested. But anyway, I guess some of you already got a clue of what I'm talking about. But anyway, pause right there because we will be right back. It's like make you walk, you find allergy. You find allergy. Okay, good to have you guys back. Well, we're talking about something. I just heard the topic somewhere. Wait, let's bring it out right now. Of course, we're talking about transactional sex. A process where you offer your body for money. Now, what do you guys think about it? Is it a bad thing? Because some see it as a livelihood or means of survival. What do you guys think about this particular topic? Let's talk about it. Let's dissect. Let's do whatever we want to do. Well, the name is G-willzy. Alright, do not forget that you can be part of the show. All you have to do is just check us out right there on our social media platform. On YouTube is G-willzy1, which is spelled G-willzy, then one as a figure. On Instagram and on Twitter is at G-willzy1, which is G-willzy, then one as a figure all together right here on the screen, of course. And then let's move on with what we're saying about right here. Of course, let's go find out what people are talking about this particular stuff. What do you think about transactional sex? What do you think? Let's find out.
I think it's wrong. Personally, this is just another form of prostitution or gigolo or whatever you want to call it. This is sex for money or sex for gifts, or this is sex with a predetermined motive. Understand? And that shouldn't even come into play. If I discover that my neighbors, it could even be my brother, my sister, my cousin, somebody close to me, engages in transactional sex, of course I would want to respect your opinion. I want to respect you based on your idea about it all, but that does not make me buy. That does not make me see sense in it. You wouldn't want to convince me to accept it as right. It's not respectable to me. It's not. It's far from it.
This transactional sex transcend from it being something illegal, something where people don't want to associate with, to something that has become a norm. I offer you sex for money or for any material object. Well, whether we accept it or yes, this thing is in our society. People don't want to associate themselves as being a prostitute anymore. You just be a girlfriend, necessarily because what you have to offer me.
I'm a working class girl. I feel if I'm doing transactional sex, there's no need for me to work. It's an easier way out. It's for lazy people, for people that want to keep depending on guys to always pay the bills. It's not appealing. Society criticizes it, but most people end up doing it in different forms. They call it hookup, but they just keep painting a black picture white. But what is it? What it is still what it is. It is wrong.
Any sex carried out is a transaction done. Then it depends on the level of satisfaction on both parties. They satisfied, or at the end of the day, it boils down to two parties being involved, and it boils down to the agreement and the level of satisfaction. The husband and wife having sex is a transaction. It's like you going to the ATM to withdraw from your account. You have to password to your ATM, and you can use your ATM anytime you want. Anytime you withdraw, you're satisfied, and your bank is satisfied too, because you are not a thief. You don't have your account, and you can use your ATM anytime you like. And anytime you go to your bank to withdraw, you withdraw, and you're paying for your services. Every month, the bank charges you, so your bank is satisfied, and you are satisfied.
Transactional sex is not cool to most of our African young girls because it seems to be a factor in shaping their vulnerability. Because money or gifts are exchanged for a sexual relationship.
For friends with benefit, transactional sex cannot be ruled out. In transactional sex, money or gift items can be exchanged for a sexual relationship. It's really trending. You see, for the support most people get from people, they reward them with sex. I have no moral justification for this, but we younger girls hook up with older men so their needs can be met. Sometimes no strings attached. Not overlook the dangers of transactional sex, since most times unprotected sex is involved. How well do you know the HIV status of a partner should be a major concern. Unprotected sex leads to contacting sexually transmitted diseases and also unwanted pregnancy.
I think it's not good. I find it awkward and confusing, especially in this era. I feel sex should be enjoyed, by two people, because the feeling of sex should be mutual, either married or not. So I think it's really absurd for someone to say, give me money, or I will give you money for sex.
Transactional sex, or whatever you want to call it, prostitution, is bad. And that's just the way it is. Because if you want to say there's nothing wrong with it because of the mutual consent between both parties and then probably the legal tender involved, the transfer of legal tender, well, that means you have to justify the drug dealer.
I think transactional sex is more prevalent than sex work, and there's a report range in the practice of transactional sex. For example, in a trial, 8.7% of adolescent girls and young women from rural South Africa reported having sex, with a casual partner. And women who are engaged in sex motivated by economic gain, whether in prostitution or more sexually transmitted infection diseases, including HIV, rape, and intimate partner violence.
As a man who goes to see a call girl, I see such people as people who have low self-esteem, people who underestimate themselves, people who don't really see themselves as full-grown man, because I see no reason you will see yourself as a good-looking person, and at the end of the day, you will end up stooping yourself so low to go and sleep with a woman in the hotel, when you could easily have girlfriends. If you are so good looking, you believe you're good looking as a man, why can't you just toast a lady? Why can't you date the lady and all those kind of things than stooping so low to pay for a lady that will be saying, oh guy, with my 200 naira remain, or I'll be 5k now, my man at 25k, when you don't, oh my god, that's so disgusting.
I say on it is that it is wrong. As a teenage girl, as a youth, as a lady, the other means of getting money apart from transactional sex, it is highly, very, very appalling, because you don't know what can happen at that stage when you go into it. You can have HIV, STDs, different kinds of diseases, and as such, you are at the risk of having your life.
Our ladies, they survive with this action of transactional sex. That's a situation whereby you see a young girl in school, she will have a crew. They call them runs girls. They will have somewhere, they'll go to a party or go to a club. They will have to go with you, and then you give them money. That's after sleeping with them. It's a vice versa. I call it prostitution. There's no difference between runs girl and a prostitute, because you all do the same job. You sleep with men you don't know, and that's the same with prostitutes. They stand on the way and they sleep with men they don't know. It's just like people that are selling goods in the market. Whether you buy yours online or you buy it in the market, the goods you got is the same, the same product.
Transactional sex, money for sex, sex for money, which in my opinion is prostitution. Transactional sex is no secret these days, because you see people standing on the road, ladies in particular. But yeah, there are cases where there are guys that do that, but it's very rare. In Nigeria here, you see ladies, you go to Allen Avenue or maybe some clubs in VI, and you see things like that. There is no attempt to even hide the fact that, yes, there is prostitution. We exchange money for sex. It's blatant.
I don't think it's cool, even though that is what is generally in practice nowadays. Like it's like a business or something now. It's not good. So apart from the purpose of pleasure or to procreate, then I don't think it's not right. It's not right.
Transactional sex basically is a prostitution where exchange of gifts and money happens for the pleasure of sex. I think it should be stopped.
I'm not in support of it at all. I'm not in support of transactional sex. It is wrong. It is an easier way to make money. It has repercussions in the future. It has too many ways to involved has more disadvantages than advantages.
All kinds of sex is transaction. Friends with benefit is satisfaction. Going to commercial sex workers is transaction. Rape in itself is a transaction. It's transaction. Sexual abuse. It all depends on the level of satisfaction of both parties. Once both parties are in agreement and they are satisfied, I believe there's nothing wrong with it.
There is high rate of HIV, especially in South Africa, and that's where they practice this transactional sex very well. And we find out that our ladies or our men that are involved in this kind of practice, they don't even go to test before they do anything. Now, apart from HIV, we have hepatitis B that people have been having for so long. Sometimes you see people, they have it and they don't even know they have it. It kills faster than HIV. So we should be careful. Even if you're dating someone, you should go for test before you lay down with that person. You know no one. You don't even know yourself. You find out that some people will go for HIV tests, they will get scared because they don't really know themselves. Talk more of someone else that you don't know is or aware about. So my guy, please, you should have your own girlfriend who you sleep with, not changing girls like clothes. The same with girls, please. Let's stop this transactional sex, because if you should hold our legs tight, guys will not have the idea that they will want to settle down with one.
As well, you don't know the person you're sleeping with. You are meeting her for the first time, and the next thing you do is to insert. You don't know where she is, because one way or the other, I believe in the spiritual. I'm not superstitious, but I believe in the spiritual. It's not every lady you see that you have to sleep with. So all these ladies, all these call girls, all these transactional girls, I as a person can never even go for. So I'll advise, if you're a guy and you're into such things, just stay away. Stay away. Just stay away. It's not worth it.
If younger people stay in a true relationship, strive to work hard, are contented, transactional sex will be a forgotten issue.
Avoid transactional sex because it is really, really, really wrong. There's so many things you can do to make money. You can start from sweet, pure water, recharge card. God can bless your hustle. There's nothing wrong with it. I've seen graduates that hawk on the street. So it's not a new thing. If you as a lady go out there, that God can bless your hustle from there. It's not a big deal. So to all my ladies out there that feel that transactional sex is the only way to make money, please cut this off from such perspective of view. You can make your own money apart from personal sex.
Everybody do it. So I would not be judgmental. I think it's actually normal and very normal.
But I will respect you and your ideas. Push it to yourself, but do not make me fall into that category of wanting to see it as being right. In all honesty, it is wrong, and I am not a supporter of it.
There's consent between both parties, and there's also legal tender involved. So then, if transactional sex, if it could be right, then I don't think illegal drug dealers and consumers are wrong either.
I see it as appalling, but I've grown to understand the fact that is like some people's means of livelihood, and they don't just enjoy it, they take it as serious as a top-notch white-collar job, and they're just in it to get the money and fend and cater for their family. So sometimes I don't blame them. You see, poverty can drive people to do the most insane things. The guys or the women patronizing these people, well, these days, that beats you being charged for sexual assault or sexual harassment. Personally, I don't endorse it. And to anyone who's involved in such act, I'll just have to tell you that you should be careful, because in our country today, it's very messed up. We all know the news. We all know what's flying around, so just be careful.
Good to have you guys back. Whoa, I never thought about things in this way though. You see, that's why it's very good when we have this kind of conversation. My personal opinion is this: I would say it's cool, of course. It's life. I'm not trying to be judgmental here. People go through a whole lot. You don't know what people pass through, so you don't say, hey, why is she doing this? Why is this happening? Why is that happening? You don't know nothing. You don't live in their experience. Okay, so people have the mind bored on different things and experience different things. So for me, I want to say the best way to leave it is this: if you have to set your conscience, okay, set deep down. If you feel like, oh, what I'm doing is not good, if your conscience tells you, oh, this is bad, well, what are you waiting for? Just leave it alone. But if you feel like, okay, it's my life, I can do whatever I feel, whatever happens to you, it's your life as well. Like you said, it's your life. So I mean, that's what I have to say. And guys, I want to say a very big thank you to you for being part of this episode. It's been great, it's been wonderful. So let's do it again next time. And do not forget to follow us right there on Instagram and on Twitter, and also subscribe to my YouTube channel, which is right there on your screen, because you can watch subsequent shows and make the previous shows on my YouTube. So I want to say thank you so much for everyone that made a great contribution. I mean, thanks to all those who made this successful. I love you from the heart. See you again. Bye-bye.